And this is Fate of the Vintage. All right, so hi, welcome in. Excuse me while I'm just kind of finishing up a little bit of prep here. I'm just getting situated. Okay. Hair's a little crazy, but that's okay. Hello, welcome in. Hi. All right. So just bear with me for just a minute. Just getting things situated. And I'm just waiting for YouTube to register that I am actually live. Hello, welcome in. Hello. Take a peek at the store, see what I have available for auction. And I will be starting to run things in just a minute. So I'm Colleen. I am Fate of the Vintage. I am a one-woman show. And I bring a little bit of everything. Vintage, antiques, collectibles. I also do jewelry, which is typically my Tuesday shows. So let me just get in here. Yay, YouTube is registered that I'm live. So let me customize this super quick. Subscribers only. Yay. Save. Okay, perfect. Okay, hello. Oh, thank you. I have so much fun in the jewelry shows. I try to go live every Tuesday, 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the jewelry shows. I've only started doing them about a month ago, and they've been a lot of fun. But hello, Pixie. Welcome in. But honestly, vintage is my first love. Jewelry has just been super fun recently. I'm definitely planning on continuing it, but the vintage goodies have always been my kind of bread and butter, and what I truly have joy with. but but like I said, I also do a little bit of collectibles. So there's a few things that aren't necessarily vintage in the store, whichever side that you're looking on. I know I have a few pre-bids on items, but I do, yes, vintage is always awesome. But yeah, so either way, let me get into it. I just kind of grab things as I seize them and I show them to you. But if there's something that you're really interested in getting, like you want to see faster, just let me know and I can run it first. But I think what I'm going to nab first is the first thing on the list, which is this little amber rooster cordial. So this is a sterling overlay little rooster cordial. I don't know the maker. Honestly, I suspect something along the lines of like Heisey or let's say the one I'm looking for. It just flew out of my brain, but I don't think it's Heisey. I think it's this Pettin City. I suspect, but I'm not sure. This is a really unusual shape. It's an unusual overlay. It has some Art Deco detailing along the edges. I love the double line with the little details. But searching the entire internets, I couldn't find another one like it. But I did find a decanter that sold a few years ago. So who knows where the rest of it is. But this little guy is available. No chips or cracks. But it does have a little bit of damage to the silver itself. A little spot right there. Which I can't tell if it's a dot of paint on the silver or if the silver had been scratched off and you can kind of see the paint under it. But this is just over 3.5 inches tall. It's like not quite 3 3/4. But let me go ahead and I will run this little guy. So just a cute little rooster cordial. I love the color of it for fall because my thought process with stuff like this is like riser, right? Like we're thinking a display, huh? So like you have like a little apple or something. Here, let me reach. Got a little short apple, but you don't want to necessarily put it in the front. You can put it up higher. So that's my thought process with these little guys, even though it's just a little single one, but I thought it was really unique with that silver overlay. But let me go ahead. I will grab something else. What am I going to move to stage? How about, now speaking of that, I don't do all the squirrel family. Yes, I will definitely do those next. They are so stinking cute. I don't do all vintage. Some things are just like, they're so cute. I'm offering them because they're adorable. There are no chips or cracks on these two. The tallest is what, 3.5 inches? I like just measured this, like 3.5 inches. They are, I believe, contemporary. You can see the rubbers, the plastic stoppers. So I'm going to go ahead and get those running. No chips or cracks, just a couple of cows. Oh, thank you for your bid, Flipper. It's a couple of happy cows. I love the little crooked smiles, and I love the little eyes. They're adorable. All right, Flipper, those are yours. Thank you so much. Okay, let me show the squirrel family next. Right here, I'm going to push that back. So I'm realizing I like just have like stuff like surrounding me currently. And there's no room to like put anything back down, like in any sort of organization. But that's okay. So squirrels, because I identify with squirrels, not gonna lie. They are technically vermin and they can do some damage if they get into your house. But outside, they're super cute and I love watching them. I love watching them get in trouble with the chipmunks in my yard. The chipmunks, especially this time of year, are quite irate with the squirrels. So I have this squirrel mama. She is, what was it? Right about 3 inches tall, I think I remember. She is, 3 inches tall. And so she has some really minor cold paint issues. But overall, she's really good. No chips or cracks. But she's just one of those where I expect she's Japanese. And she was from a time and I believe a maker that was more quantity over quality. But she's really cute. And she's holding a little nut there. And she has 5 babies. So this lady was busy. Oh, she does have a little bit of a rough spot on the glaze of her ear. It doesn't look like a chip overall. It's just like it wasn't glazed properly. So you can kind of see that dark spot there. Because a few of the babies have it kind of in multiple places. So there are 5 of these little babies. And they are identical. Some of them have better eyes than others. And they are 1 inch tall and 1.5 inches wide. And they all, I believe these were all connected at one point with a little chain. Because when you look at them, each of them have that little hole right there. And the mama doesn't have a hole. But, well, she kind of does. You can see it right there. I think she had a collar at one point and then it connected to all the babies. But either way, you get squirrel mama and all of her little tiny babies. There are 5 of them. And you get them all. See if I can hold them all without dropping them. So you get mama and all 5 babies. All right, let me put her, where am I going to put you? I'm going to dance for a second. Here we go. Put you over there. Okay. Next up, what am I going to grab? Oh, let's do these bird shakers. I do have a pre-bid on these. These are really pretty. They're like, it's like blue and ivory. Like they're kind of white. It's kind of white, but it's kind of like got like an off-white kind of look to it. But they're super pretty. And you can see the difference in color on the bottoms. but there's no chips or cracks. I suspect they're contemporary. I love the kind of modernist, like very sleek lines. They are 3.5 inches long, and they are only like an inch, like, and maybe a quarter tall. But we got the set. They're very pretty. Go ahead and get them started. No chips or cracks. I'm trying not to do too much talking. That is a tall order for me, because thank you so much, Mem. Those are yours. I'm having a little. I'm not sick, but it's like my voice has been strained recently. Yay! I'm not sick, but my voice has been strained recently. And it's some days feel more like I'm going to lose my voice than others, but we're working on it. All right, next up, let's grab something big. All right, so this guy I just picked up. When I say fresh finds, these are fresh. I found this at the thrift store. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. And this is Inarco, Japan. There are no chips or cracks. And this is like fabulously like 1960s, 1970s. It's so retro. It's fabulous. I love like the teal blue. It's this beautiful color. It's like a really dark turquoise almost. But this is, how tall are you? What was it? It is, right about 8 inches tall. And there's no chips or cracks. And it has that original sticker on it. It's fantastic. I mean, look how clean this thing is. I don't think it was even ever used. Let me go ahead and I'll get that started. But just a really gorgeous piece. I love the shape. I love the scale of it too. This would be fantastic in like if you do like a blue Christmas display. Oh, like that'd be awesome. Or even just like a fall display with like olive greens and yellows and ooh, like this reminds me like, oh, like a fall sky. Oh, it's pretty. Okay. Set you aside. Dink. Okay. Oh, I know, right? Like so many options. All right, next up, let's do this one. This one's super pretty. There's a pre-bid on this as well. So this one, I don't know the brand name on it, but it does say hand painted in Thailand. There are no chips or cracks, but I mean, look at that beautiful eye. Like, she is fabulous. I love the details on her and the pale pinks, the greens, the blues, no chips or cracks. She's very clean. Just so pretty. So pretty. I mean, look at that bottom. She is absolutely adorable. And we have she's like 4 3/4 inches tall, and she is right about 5.5-ish inches long if I look at it with one eye. So let me go ahead and I'll get that started. So Crazy Monkey is in at 10. She's so pretty. And I love that they didn't use black for the lining details. I love that they used this nice soft brown. Like she's very pastel and very beautiful. All right, Crazy Monkey has it. Thank you so much. Let me set her over here. And let's grab some antiques. All right, I'm going to do these two shakers. I showed these two during the shaker-a-thon. And I wanted to offer them to you guys one more time before I open them up to the rest of the internets. But these are the swirl. Yes, this is the swirl. I'm like, when did I put the stage? So this is an antique Hobbs glass. This is Victorian, so this is the 1890s. So this is over 100 and well, right about 130 years old. There are no chips or cracks. It is a cranberry swirl. Well, cranberry windows swirl, which is what they call those little circles. Well, at least that's what Hobbs called them. There are no chips or cracks. There is some roughness on the top edge, which isn't unusual. This lid might be a replacement or it might be original. I really don't know. But it's how I received them. But with the lid, it is just over 3.5 inches tall. A beautiful piece. Yeah. Beautiful piece. Well, let me go ahead and I will get this started. I love antique glass. It's just one of those things where it always amazed me, like how something can be well over 100 years old and look brand new. Like when you see the stuff about like Roman glass that's been excavated and like they pick it up out of the ground and it looks like it was just made yesterday. And you're like, what? It's insane. Like it looks like an art glass piece that would have been bought somewhere contemporary. It's absolutely blows my mind. But let me grab the other piece of Victorian glass that I have with, well, the shaker. This one is Antique Northwood. And I love the opalescence on this one because it kind of has a blue hue to it because just the way that the white mixed with the cranberry, it just has this really neat blue tone or undertone to it. And this is the opal lattice, a ribbed opal lattice. And I have actually had the ribbed opal lattice in other pieces in the past. So let me go ahead and I'll get this started. Again, no chips or cracks. I don't know if this is the original cap. And this is slightly older. 1889 is when this pattern came out. So this is 3.25 inches tall. But I've had the ribbed opal lattice piece before, but that was in a blue. That was really cool too. I love antique glass. So let me pop those over there. And what else? Let's see. Next on the list, let's do some more shakers. Again, sorry. It's just my voice has been strained. Try not to talk too much, but that's a challenge for me. So next up, I have these fantastic little German peach luster shakers. These are little boxer dogs, and they are little. Just about exactly 2 inches. One of them has the tiniest little chip on an ear. Right there. See that? Tiny little white speck right there. That is a tiny, tiny little chip. I think all it took off was just a little bit of paint. But look at them goobers. They kind of look like Beetlejuice. I'm not going to lie. But you can see on the bottoms, there is, it's kind of incised into the pottery. It says Germany, and then it has a number. Something, something 99, period. You can't really read either of them, but they're just cute little peach luster wear boxers. There's no stoppers, and I'm going to go ahead and get them going. Oh, they're little. Did I tell you how tall they were? Yeah, 2 inches. That's right. Forgetting what I'm doing now. Couple little cuties. And I love the detail on their chest. I grew up with my mother. My grandmother had boxers. And that was just, it's such a very boxery thing. Hi, Donna. How are you? It's a very boxer thing to have. Okay, next up. Oh, let's do some trinket boxes. All right. So let's do the little one first. I have 2 of them. So this one has a pink inlay and it's smaller, but it has this fantastic lattice carved onto the side. So these little trinket boxes, I don't know if they would be for like something, I don't know. But I love the mother of pearl inlay on the top. You can see a little leaf right there. We got the flower and we got the stems. It does have a partial sticker on the back, which of course made in blank for something imports ink. Tara's maybe imports ink. I don't know. But it's really cute. It's really pretty. It is 2¼ inches long and 1¼ inch tall. Here's the inside again. Here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and get that started. I do have a larger one. This one, actually, now that I'm looking at it, does have a tiny little chip right there. Which is kind of matched right there, a little ding right there. But it's in really good shape. And I have another one. Let's look at the other one. I will get that up to stage. This one is bigger. And we have a solid side on the bottom. No stickers. Open that up. This one does have a good size chip right there. But it is substantially larger. It doesn't really affect the look much. And this one is 3 inches long and 1.5 inches tall. But look at the flowers on that. That mother of pearl, so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and get that running. I should have these running a little earlier. I always feel like I'm just kind of like awkwardly in silence, just waiting. But let's see what's up next. Oh, the micro mosaic. That is a fun piece. Okay. So this one I actually recently picked up at an antique mall. Isn't this so cool? It is a micro mosaic picture frame. And it's brass toned on the back. Now, this says made in Italy for Lord and Taylor. So this was specifically made for the Lord and Taylor department stores. And they are an Italian micro mosaic. Look at the details on that. There is at least one piece of glass missing right there. But it is overall in good shape. I mean, it works. And this is glass. Here, let me open this up for you. So it just pops open. Trying to do it gently, but I also don't want to drop it. So it's just press fit in. I'll put the frame down. You put your picture right there. You got a little piece of glass. You put right on top. And you put the whole thing just pressed right back in. It's so pretty. But let me go ahead and I'm running it. Thank you so much for your bid, Pixie. So it's not very big, but it is right about 4.5 inches tall on the frame itself. So good size for a dresser. Pixie, you got it. Thank you. That is a great buy. I love this thing so much. I'm so happy you got it. It's so pretty. Okay, next up. Ooh, the vase. All right, so I don't know what happened, but apparently I keep coming across peach luster and I can't seem to say no. But look at these birds. They are red and pink. One has a very long tail. That was fantastic. I love that micro mosaic. It's so pretty. But this is a little vase. I believe it's a bud vase, but honestly, it might be a spill vase too, and that was kind of my first impression was a spill vase. If you don't know what spills are, they are actually a very cheap way to light your fire. So instead of having long matchsticks, which were actually relatively expensive at the time, in Victorian and actually slightly after, a very common thing was a spill, which was a curled, very thin, like slice like of wood, almost like a wood chip, but it was like super long and it curled in on itself. So like it was these little curly cues of wood. And to keep them from just being like a flammable pile next to your fireplace, you had these very thin, tiny vases that you would just put the spill into, and they would just kind of like be like a flower out the top. So, and there are, I didn't realize what those were because I'd seen them in like primitive decor before, but I'm like, it never occurred to me to ask, like, what was the little like curly cues of wood? And until I actually saw an Instagram reel, which I'll have to re-find it, which showed a man making it because there is a tool to make it. And then I'm like, oh my God, it all makes sense now. I have spill vases, and that's what's supposed to be in them. It makes so much sense. And spill vases were commonly trees because the spills looked like branches. So it's, yeah, Google it. It's so cute. But let me go ahead now. We're on this. So spills were on the mind when I saw this. Oh, I know. It like really makes me want to buy like one of those tools to make spills. Because I feel like it'd be really fun and satisfying to do. But you see, it's made in Japan. And like I just want to like make a pile of them just to say I have them because they're cute. Let me put you over there. Okay. Next up. Actually, did I? Okay, there it is. Okay. I'm seeing things out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, did I list that? I don't remember. Okay, next up. All right, I'm bringing in the Christmas before we do the Halloween. I know, but it is a fresh find. I just picked this guy up the other day. This is a very large, very fancy Jim Shore Santa. And he's just sitting there eating milk and cookies, being himself. But he has, oh, it's going the wrong way. The train was going backwards. This lovely movable train. And this piece is named Christmas Magic is All Around. And it is a pretty desirable like statuette. He is hefty boy. But here is the bottom. He is made in China, but he's a Jim Shore. That is to be expected. He is, what year are you, my friend? A 2015. So he's actually not that old. Talk about collectible, but not being vintage. And he stands 9.5 inches tall. Now this guy, like you see some pretty crazy numbers for him on other platforms, but I'm keeping him a little on the low side to kind of give you guys a bit of a deal. So if anybody's interested, here he is. There are no chips or cracks. I love the little train too. The little snowman and the Christmas tree and the little gingerbread caboose. Oh my God. It's so cute. But let me go ahead and I will set him aside. Okay. But, oh, you know what? Instead of doing that one, I'm going to grab a Halloween because we got to balance out the Christmas. So here, Halloweeny. I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but Weistersbach. I think that's close. West Germany mug. Weistersbach, West Germany. No chips or cracks. It's in really good shape. Little jack-o'-lantern mug. I love how Weistersbach does. I'm going to keep saying it. I don't even know if I'm doing it right. So I might be saying it completely wrong, and there's just multiple people are just cringing every time I say it. Weistersbach. But I love the way that they do their details. The glaze is just phenomenal. These are durable mugs, and they're good size too. I would guess this to be probably about 12 ounces, plus a little room for your creamer. So let me go ahead and get that running. No chips or cracks. Weistersbach, West Germany. Just a great, very graphic holiday piece. So cute. He's such a happy jack-o'-lantern. All right, set you down. All right, what are we going to do next? How about... Here, I'll grab that ashtray that I teased you guys with before, and then I didn't actually run. Now, this one, I discovered the identity to in the ID Me chat just a few hours ago. Right around lunchtime, I was like, you know what? I give up. I can't figure this out. Here, I am throwing it to the masses. Someone help me. And then now I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Hidden House. I think she suggested a name, which I think was from Scotland, and it wasn't it. It was close. I could see where she could see that writing, but it set me down a rabbit hole, and of Googling the art glass things, and it made me found like, oh wait, I found it. This is a piece from the Netherlands by an artist, Max Meistrich. I'm not 100% sure, but he did a lot of these ashtrays, which are kind of a swirly string pattern on the inside with 3 spots, which actually could be a cigar ashtray as well. This one isn't in perfect condition. There are no chips, but there is a good amount of scratching, like you can see right there. There's some on the back. The bottom is quite scratched, which is why I had such a hard time reading his signature. Like, this thing has been used a lot over the years, and there's some scuffing on the sides. But overall, I think it's just a very beautiful, very functional piece. And it is right about 6 inches at its widest. Yeah, right about 6 inches at its widest. Very pretty piece of glass. It's hefty. It's a heavy piece of glass. There it is. All right, set you down. Okay, next up, let's do this little chair. It's so cute. Okay. Running this makes me feel like Jenny Kay. If you don't know who she is a seller on here who does, and she has, I don't know if she still does or not, but in the past she's done these magnetic trinket boxes, and she always has like such great pieces, and I found one and I'm so proud of myself. But it's this beautiful little green chair that's enameled with like this pearlescent swirly enamel, and it's yellow on the inside, has a little magnetic clasp, and it is also has a little bit of jewels. All of its rhinestones are present. There are no chips or cracks on it. You can see the detail on the flowers, and that you see the back there. Here is the bottom. And it stands at, just under 3 inches. So let me go ahead and I will get this started. Little trinket box. It's so pretty. This is a pretty little trinket box. I feel like I need to turn you guys around so you can see it a little clearer. Like, my phone doesn't like things that are too close, especially on the front camera. But you need to see the details. But let me see. Next up, let's do these guys. So I have these kitty salt and pepper shakers. They're so cute. And they're so happy. Let me get back so I can see you. There we go. So they're so cute and so happy. These are Studio Pottery pieces. And I love how clean they are. They're just so well done. And they're heavy too. Like, they have a quality to them. They are both marked. They both have their stoppers. These are Noble Clay, and they were produced out of Maine. The gentleman who made them is actually retired now. I'm trying to remember his first name, and it eludes me. But he did a whole series of these little kitty faces that were blue and white with green eyes. And they're so cute. And my neighbor is building things in his backyard. Well, actually, it's the front of his backyard, which is why right out my window. So if you can hear banging, that's what's going on. Did I tell you how tall these were? Or was I just like staring at my neighbor? 3.5 inches. There we go. No chips or cracks. They are in perfect condition. And they are labeled S and P. I think it's happy little kitties. Okay. Put those two over there. All right. Who do we got left? We got some things left here. Let me skip up to the Swarovski, which is an Austrian crystal. We have a little mini zoo, a little tiny sparrow. Isn't it so cute? It's an inch tall. Now, it's not attached to the little beveled mirror, but you do get the mirror, which doesn't have any chips or cracks. I'll send that as well, but it's this tiny little bird. Little burp. Little burb. Has a little silver tone beak that's open wide and a little derpy eyes. Little black beady derpy eyes. So cute. But 1 inch tall. Oh, and it is marked. You can see that little shadow there of the Swarovski swan. There we go, and it's running. Little cutie. It's one of those things where crystal is never given justice on camera. Like how the light bounces off of this is just absolutely beautiful. All right, Emma Labrakis. You have it. Thank you so much. Little cutie's yours. Little cutie. And I actually picked that up yesterday as well. Believe it or not, it was in a bag with the mirror and another mirror and some crystal candle holders and another Swarovski. However, I would show you that Swarovski. Well, actually, I can show it to you. If you guys want to, I can run it for, I don't know, maybe like $3 or $4. Probably 4. Because he got decapitated, but he just needs a little glue, and I think he'll be all better. Oh, no, I know. And usually this store doesn't do bags, so I was really surprised when I found the bag in the figurine section. And it is Mark Swarovski too. It's got the little swan on the bottom, but like I was so sad when I like picked up the bag. I'm like, ooh, I think that's Swarovski. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think that the body's attached to that bear. But I'll do some surgery and you guys might see him later in a different show. But little cutie. He's got the same black beady eyes. But either who. Let's do the next thing. Okay. But yeah, I was really surprised. Like the only time I usually ever see bags in that Goodwill is like when there's just bags of Christmas tree ornaments. So I was super surprised when I saw the bag of like crystal. I'm like, That's why it grabbed my attention very quickly. All right, next up, I have this beautiful Noritake bowl. I have started to steer away from these. I did pick up these a lot when I first got into reselling, but pretty much whenever I saw them, I would pick them up. And this one is just, I know, right? Like not breakables, but I love this scene Because usually, yeah, the lake scene is usually pretty popular, but like, I don't know, just the colors. It's usually there's more oranges. This is like more like browns and purples. Like this just like screams fall to me. Like this tree is super detailed too. And this one does have the green Morimoto brothers. I'm probably saying it wrong. But this is Noritake, and this is dated to the 1930s based on that mark. And there are no chips or cracks. It's in perfect condition. And it is about 7.5 inches wide at the handles and a little under 2 inches tall at the handles. There is this little kind of detail there that goes around the edge. And even the gold is in really good condition, which is usually the first thing that wears off on these. So this thing spent a lot of time in somebody's china cabinet. Somebody took very good care of this bowl. But I just love it's so beautiful. It's just a little piece of art. All right, let me set that aside. Hello, swag. Welcome in. What haven't I run yet? There's things I can find. All right. The kitties, more shakers. Because we have things that I haven't shown you guys on a Thursday from the Shakerathon. Was it last week? I can't remember. School started. Everything's just blending together. But I have these cute, little adorable they're sort of anthropomorphic, but they're kitties in bows. Now, I will say the one with the blue bow has a little doink on the tip of his ear. It's a rough spot, but they're so cute. Look at their faces. They are just very well done. They are made in Japan. They have the stickers and they have stoppers. But let me see. How tall are you? How tall are you? And they're like a yellow pottery. They're not like the perfectly white pottery or the redware. It's kind of in between. They are 3 inches tall. But yeah, you see, like this is like a yellowish pottery. And they're little Siamese. They're so cute. Well, let me go ahead and get those running. But I love how she's very stoic. They're just adorable little couple. All right, let's set those aside. All right, what do I have left? All right, ooh, let's do the Portmeirion. Okay, so this is a fun piece. Usually with Portmeirion, I find things along the lines of like kitchen and dining. But this is kind of along those same lines. It's a travel mug. So this is a silicone top. It's completely flexible. And being silicone, it is also heat resistant. But in the bottom is the Portmeirion porcelain, like ceramic. It is marked the Botanic Gardens Portmeirion. It is ceramic, dishwasher, and microwave safe, made in China. Designed by Susan Williams Ellis. And this is the sweet pea pattern. The sweet pea of the botanicals. And the lid. So this thing looks to be in really great condition. There's no chips or cracks or anything. However, the lid does have, like, it got tossed in with, like, I don't know if you can see that. It's almost like pen. I scrubbed that and it does not want to come off. I don't know what it is, but it's just, I think it's like some sort of little bit of ink that just got scribbled along it, and it's very tiny, but it's not really stained, if that makes sense. It's like somebody like wrote on it, but it's not writing anything. And I think that might be from them actually applying the transfer. So I don't think that's actually like an issue with condition. But let me go ahead and get it running. And this is a good size travel mug. I would expect this to hold probably about 16 ounces of coffee. Or at least 12 ounces plus some creamer and ice. Because I drink iced coffee. So I always do 12 ounces of coffee. And then like a quarter cup of sugar-free creamer. That's my coffee order. But let me go ahead and I got some more shakers. I think this is the last pair of shakers today. We have these tiny little butterflies. Tiny little butterflies. Oh, that's why I set those aside. I was going to attack these again with the scrubby. So these are really pretty. I love the color. I love the shape. I love the butterfly details. However, there's chunks of salt in both of these. Like you can see that white, that's salt. And you shake this, there's a thing of salt rolling around inside of it. So I was going to attack these again, but if you guys want them, I will offer them to you before I attack them again. There are no chips or cracks, but there is some imperfections. Like you can see a little blob of glaze there, and they're not perfectly perfect, but they're cute and tiny. They're just little and they're adorable. So let me go ahead and I'll get those running. They are made in Japan and they are 1 5/8 inches tall. So just over 1.5 inches. They're so tiny and cute. Let me set those aside. All right, what we got left? I think we only have a couple of pieces left. All right. Oh, no, we have more than I thought. We have 4. All right. So I have this Ewer vase, which is a Mexican pottery. See, it's signed Mexico. I believe this is considered Tonala, but I'm really not 100% sure. So I kind of tentatively put the Tonala on there. But I just thought it was like a very muted color palette, very pretty. I love this kind of color palette for fall. And it's just this really big floral on the front. There are no chips or cracks. It says Mexico C. Lucano. And there's no chips. And oh, how tall is it? What was it? 7 inches? I think it's right about, it's just over 7 inches, like 7.25 inches tall. But I love the color palette. It's just so pretty. Like with these grays, the browns, the like terracotta color. And it's this gray clay. Just a really neat piece. All right, let me set that over here. And next up, oh, the Viking. Where are you? There it is. I have a piece of Viking. I nabbed this very quickly when I saw it in the thrift store. So I found this last week and it was coated with dirt. This is the Georgian pattern. Typically I run across the Georgian pattern in just little tumblers, like little glasses. But this is a beautiful amber compote in that same pattern. And you can see that it continues down onto the foot, which is really neat. Because some of the other Georgian patterns, like the foot just becomes like straight. It doesn't continue the pattern, if that makes sense. But it is no chips or cracks. Across the top is, about 7.5 inches, just under. And it is right about 4.25-ish inches tall. But just a really pretty piece of Viking glass. And it's an unusual pattern. Try not to drop things, Colleen. I stress anybody out. Sorry, I stress myself out. Set that down over there. All right, what do I have left? Do I have just the little flower pot and the Waterford, the little flower pot, Villeroy and Bach, which is why you're towards the bottom, because apparently I went alphabetical order today. So, pink. This is this tiny little flower pot. It's so tiny and little and fun. Look at this, got the little under drip plate. It's already has a hole in it. Perfect. Ready to go for planting your tiny little plant. So it is signed. Well, this is a transfer, so it's not hand painted, but the art is a Laplo, which is the same person. If I remember right, it's the same person who did their Knife series, which all takes place like it's countryside, like village life. And I believe this is a gentleman fishing in this little stream. And it's the same on both sides. And it's a tiny, tiny little flower pot. It is less than 3 inches tall. So let me go ahead. I'll get this running. And it is Villeroy and Bach. There is some disagreement on how to pronounce that, but that's what I'm going with. Because I can't hear you yelling through the screen. But tiny little cute mini flower pot. All right, let me set that aside. Okay, last but not least, I have some Waterford. Now, I praised it a little on the low side just because clear glass doesn't translate well when you're looking through a screen. But it is Waterford. So, this is the Lismore pattern. There are no chips or cracks. I love the bases on these. They're so heavy. But they are marked, which of course you are probably never going to see through the screen, but it's like right over here. No, you can't see that. How about on the open sugar? Can you see that? Where are you? That's probably going to be even worse because I think this one's lighter. Why am I not seeing you now? Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can't see that. It's there, I promise. Hello, Eddie. But it's beautiful, heavy Irish crystal because, you know, if you've been around a while, I have some Irish descent and I'm messing with you. But there we go. We have the Waterford. Let me set that aside. Okay. So I think I've run everything. If you want me to rerun anything, let me know. And actually, a lot of the buy it now items I actually have in front of me because I haven't taken them down into my basement inventory yet. Because I'm apparently a gremlin who hasn't accomplished anything in the past few weeks. But life at the beginning of the school year is a little rough. And that's funny because I say that, and then it's like life before Halloween is rough. Life before Christmas is rough. Life after Christmas is rough. Life in the middle of winter is rough. But if you want me to rerun anything, I can. I do have some minutes left. Let me see. The boys don't come home for another half an hour, and yeah. But my vintage afternoons are usually pretty chill. So I think I've run everything. I don't think I've forgotten anything, but I have some sales coming up. So I'm not part of the train this weekend. However, I will be in and out of sales because it's the glass train this weekend, which is super exciting. It is the glass act is this weekend, which is awesome. So make sure you're checking out those sales coming up. I'm sure there's a ton of items up for pre-bid. And don't forget your buy it now sellers. They have some amazing things as well, which, like, you know, I have plenty of art glass in the buy it now as well. But After that, I have jewelry on this coming Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a you pick. So I just have it like out and you pick the item and when you win. And then on Thursday of next week is the oddities, the weirdos. Ooh, should I show you some weirdos? All right, I'll show you a couple of weirdos. Let me grab a couple of weird things. All right, a couple of weirdos I have coming up next Thursday. That was very close. I apologize. Okay. All right, first up is this piece of art glass. It is signed DG 2003, and it kind of looks like weird eyeballs on a weird pink vase. I don't know why, but this thing strikes me as very strange. And I'm going to be offering it in the weirdo sale. Also, for the weirdo sale is this dog planter with an upside down head. It is legit upside down. He is staring at the sky. He is, I think he's watching your plant grow. Next up is a kissy frog, the biggest lips I'd ever seen. And she says, kiss me. Smooch. And then because we are coming up into the fall, you are not getting my display. However, yes, that is a picture of a lady with a turkey head. And it's got a locket and a little shell. Yes, she has a turkey head. I'm trying to show you so it'll focus. I might have to turn you guys around during the actual sale itself, but she's got a turkey head. I don't know. So that's just a quick taste of some of the weirdos that I'm bringing. I hope you guys can join me. I will be here. I'm trying to remember the exact time. I think it's around 3. It's 3 or 3:30. I can't remember exactly. I don't know. But it's unmarked too, but I don't know. So come join me. It's going to be a blast. That whole train is going to be hilarious. I'm just going to be cackling all day. I'm going to completely lose my voice by the time my show starts, and it's going to be even weirder because I'm going to have to do charades. But it's going to be a blast. So I hope to see you all there on next Thursday. And then what else is coming up? Oh, we have the paperweight train is coming up too. That's not until the end of October, but yes, so much fun stuff coming on, coming up. And I hope to see you all there. And at the very least, I will see you around this weekend, but I hope to see you in my jewelry sale on Tuesday. So let's see who we can raid. Thank you all so much for coming out. I have so much fun. I hit the wrong button. Hold on. There we go. I have so much fun with you guys. You know I do. And, but let's see who we can raid into. How about, let's see, who's on right now? Hidden House Store, Claudine. Sharon Schaefer's got some mid-century glass, and Peculiar Finds is unboxing and auction. So let's hop over to Hidden House Store Claudine, because she tried really hard to help me this morning. And I appreciate her. But I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for coming out. You guys are awesome. And bye.